I started thinking about how my dad's a Virgo and my mom's a Leo. And then I was like, oof, I can't believe they stayed married for that long. They really shouldn't have. I'm Katrina Jacinto. I'm from the class of 2023. I think ever since I was young, I had this sort of sense of like justice. So actually, one of my strongest memories is when I had this friend, and then there were these kids, these older kids, who were like chasing after him, and I remember him like just sort of ending up cornered, and I ran over and physically threw my body between them. I was just sort of moved to do that, and I think that's one thing that I still feel, except now I can like sort of communicate what my values are, and I know what justice is supposed to look like. In my ideal world, I have three dogs. Their names are Carpet, Doormat, and Sylvia Plath. And Sylvia Plath is a border collie. But I want to be doing something that I can choose every day and be like, this is what I want to do. And if not, I want to have the courage to leave and make my own choices. This is my latest tattoo. It's not my first tattoo, but it's my latest one. Well, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's basically an angel, like a little baby angel, and it's sitting on the globe, but it's crying. There's like a little tear there. In terms of the message, there's like a lot of ways it can go. In some ways, it's sort of a reminder to like always be unhappy with the world, in the sense that you always strive for something better. In other ways, it's also kind of poking fun at the idea of like sitting around and crying. Like, I mean, I could like sit around and cry, or I could do something, and I'll probably do both. So it just reminds me to get to the doing something part. To be very honest, there was this website when I was like 7 years old called zodiacgirls.com. Girls with a Z, okay, at the end. And then I was very attached. So I don't know if I should say this. So I'm a Scorpio. And then I like got very attached to that identity. So that's how I like knew what the signs were. Because you have a sun sign, and then all of the planets are aligned in certain ways when you're born. So it's like every planet is in a sign. So you have your sun, but you also, which is what everyone knows, but you also have your moon, you have your like rising sign, and Venus and Mars and whatever. And it's true that astrology is probably not real, but when you take into account the other planets, it makes a lot more sense. My boyfriend's a Gemini with a Leo moon and a Libra rising. So I also have Leo moon and Libra rising. And after I looked back and realized all of those things, like, oh, okay, I get how this works, and like each aspect of his personality. Although there are many more aspects to his personality than just his birth chart, obviously. So I went to Brown for a year, and then I left. I stopped. So I transferred because while I was at Brown, my mom is the main breadwinner of my household. She's a single parent, and she lost her job like halfway through my second semester. It basically just became financially like not a great idea to continue. I always see myself as a little bit been there, done that, maybe. I walk around the school and I'm like, I mean, I think about Brown really fondly. I think I'm always going to feel like an outsider looking in, but that's okay. I think another thing I've learned is that there's no inside in some ways. Everyone always feels like an outsider. So yeah, maybe Yale-NUS is just a bunch of different outsiders. And here we are.